kind of have a exciting video today. Picked up another Volvo 240 at auction. And this one was even cheaper, if you can believe that. My winning bid was $350. And it's kind of looking like a $350 Volvo, but we're gonna go over what it looks like, what I think might be wrong with it, and I guess how much it cost me out the door. So with that, we're gonna go back to the day I actually picked it up, because I just remember I didn't record an intro video for this video. So this is the intro video. We're gonna go back, we're gonna go check out picking up the car in Albuquerque, which was a trip, and yeah, we'll get to it. There she is. So I got the thing. They brought it out to me, but they got a strap on the dang steering wheel. God dang it, I gotta cut this stupid thing. It runs, kinda. We're gonna have to take a close look at this thing once we get it back home, but I just gotta get this thing off. There we go. That kind of solves my problem. Okie doke, let's get this stupid thing on the trailer. In the garage today is our $600 Volvo. I'm currently getting it detailed. Should be getting tires mounted real soon. And on the hood, we got our $350 Volvo receipt, which ended up adding up to $613. As you can see, I did not white out my address this time because this is my business's address, Swedish Auto Group. If you guys saw in the last video, I announced that I went and got my dealer's license so I can start buying and selling these things the legit way. But yeah, we got ourselves a $350 Volvo. So we're gonna go outside and see what I guess $350 gets us. What's poppin', guys? I'm back. It's been a couple days since I picked up this 240 at auction. It was a pretty hectic day. I left the house at 4 a.m., drove all the way to Albuquerque, picked this thing up. It took about an hour to load it onto the trailer, then drove 6 hours straight back to Arizona. So all I really did that day was take the thing off the trailer, and I took the battery out, put that thing on the charger, see if that thing's gonna hold a charge. But haven't really touched this car ever since. I did get it running. Well, it was running when I bought it. The only problem is, on the windshield, it says mechanical damage. So there's a problem with this car. We got to figure out what's going on with it, and hopefully it's not too in depth. From the looks of it, it's not looking too good. I got screwed on this car, but for 600 bucks, it's not the end of the world. So we're gonna check this thing out, do a quick walk around, and I'll show you what a $300 240 looks like. Okay, let's get into it. Well, here she is. Got her off the trailer, and she's looking pretty decent. Definitely from the outside, she looks pretty good. This car definitely looks like it was garaged for at least a majority of its life, because I don't know if you noticed on the bottom, these trim pieces, every single 240 I've ever picked up, that one over there, those trim pieces were all gone. I had to grab them at the junkyard, and it was a mess. But this one, all of them are still intact. The paint is definitely faded, so it's been sitting outside for a little while, but it'll definitely buff right out. We are missing a center cap. What's nice is this is the first 240 I ever bought with decent tires. I can't remember the last time I bought a car with actual tires on the car and not just rotting rubber. But yeah, she's pretty straight. She's got some bumper stickers I gotta peel off. Nothing too drastic. But tail light busted. It's like every 240 I ever pick up has a busted tail light. And not much else going on. The tint is kind of nasty. Probably have to get that replaced. Someone used like a teal colored touch-up paint. Probably just nail polish, but doesn't look too good. You can tell there's a little ding in the fender right there, but other than that, this body is pretty dang straight. Take a look on the interior. When I first got it, it had a strap wrapped around the steering wheel, so I had to cut that thing off. Let's see if we can pop that back on there. Beautiful. But yeah, the interior actually looks pretty decent. Driver's seat is a little ripped, which most of them are. Passenger seat does have a little rip too. But other than that, dang, nice and soft. I don't know, looks decent. Glove box door is still there, which is impressive. Not too much paperwork that came with this car, just some owner's manuals. But yeah, pretty dang straight. Door panel looks immaculate. Man, it's a real shame whatever happened to this car. And someone decided to practically throw it away. But let me show you what's on the windshield. I saw this in the pictures of the auction, but I assumed maybe, you know, it's a 240. How mechanically damaged can a 240 actually be? And I think today we might figure out how bad it can be. But let me get in the driver's seat. We'll show you the mileage. 204,000 miles. As you can tell, she's a stick shift. 147, 5-speed. And what's funny is this thing, the reverse lockout, still works. On my 240, it's all busted. And that's beautiful. And here's that strap I had to cut out. The little center thing is actually, oh no, it's not perfect. I thought it looked a lot better. It's got a little hole, but not too bad. Yeah, not much else going on in here. The carpets actually look pretty decent underneath these floor mats. This just looks like carpet. I don't know if that's actual floor mat. It might be. Yeah, it might be. But yeah, still has the door pocket, which it's the wrong color. Someone painted it kind of a lighter brown. You can kind of see on this side what it's supposed to look like. But yeah. So let me go grab the battery. I got it in the charger real quick. We're gonna pop the hood. I'm gonna show you what's going on under there. And then we're gonna start it up and I'll show you what's wrong with this car and why it was listed as a run and drive, but mechanical damage. So yeah, let's go. So there was a couple other things I wanted to point out in the interior that I kind of forgot to go over. Look at that. Those things are still intact. The covers for the grab handles. So it looks like this car was taken care of at one point. Got a dog treat back there. Some leaves. Let's see if we can push the seat down. The seat looks pretty dang good. Like someone cared for it up until they didn't. But yeah, let's check the cigarette compartment. There's always something in there. Oh, we got a key. Maybe a spare key? No, that's too short to be a Volvo key. Yeah, way too short. Don't know where that goes to, but I guess we'll find out. And we got some dime. And what the heck is that? What the heck? I have no idea what that is. What does it say? I can't pronounce that. 18, what is it? 1985. Very interesting. I don't know what it is with Volvos and foreign currency, but it's like every Volvo I pick up has a different country or some type of. I remember there was a 940 that I picked up that had a Israeli shekel, and I can't remember what the other one. There was another one right before that, but I don't know. My brain's all fried. It's kind of hot out here, but yeah, not much else going on in here. Let's see the trunk. Let's see what's going on in the trunk. What the heck is my phone doing? Oh, more floor mats. Don't know what that's all about, but at least underneath it looks like it will clean up. Don't know what the heck that's for. Oh, that's a spare tire. Not sure why it's in a bag. I'm not sure why there's already a spare tire in there. It's piquing my curiosity. Yeah, it's just another spare tire. That's strange. Decided to buy 2 spare tires. Okay, let's move on. Let's go underneath the hood and I'll show you what is the main reason why this car was at a auction and not in someone's garage. So I went ahead and put my 240's battery inside this car. The other one's still charging, but I forgot to mention yesterday I did work on this car. I did an oil change. I guess it'll make a little bit more sense why I did an oil change once I show you what's wrong with it. But yeah, we're gonna connect the battery and kind of see what this thing wants to do today. Because maybe it fixed itself. I don't know. Maybe I got lucky. That's usually not how that works. So I'm gonna tighten up this battery. We're gonna go inside. I'm gonna show you why this car was pawned off. So this car runs extremely well. The only problem is when you start it up, take a close look at that oil light. It usually does it. So it's not doing what it was doing yesterday. I'm not sure what changed, but oh, there it goes. Flicker it a little bit. Let's see if I give it some gas. It's flickering. Oh, there we go. Oil light. That's a little scary. So yeah, that's, I guess, what's wrong with the car. For some reason, I just find it very hard to believe I don't hear any knocking. I don't hear any excessive clattering. I don't know. But see, look at that. Now it's off. Like when I first picked it up, it was on. Like it would not turn off. But I don't know. I guess, what do you guys think? You think this thing has an oil pressure problem? Personally, I think it has to be something else. It might be the wiring for the oil pressure switch, but I did look down there and it looks like that's where the oil pressure switch is. That looks brand new. So I'm assuming someone replaced that, thinking that would fix. Sorry, I paused the video. But yeah, the oil pressure switch, that looks brand new. So I'm assuming someone picked it up. Oh no, oil pressure problem. Let me just replace the switch. They replaced the switch, didn't fix the problem, and now they you know, pawned it off. But I don't know. I bought a oil pressure tester. We're gonna check the oil pressure real quick and see if this thing does have low oil pressure. Because if it does have low oil pressure, then I'm not sure where I gotta go from there. Maybe another oil pump. Maybe the sump is clogged up. Dang, there's a mosquito that just wants to get me. But yeah, so we're gonna have to move on and see what else is causing that little oil pressure light problem. So yeah, what have we learned today? We learned that sometimes, God, stupid mosquitoes. I can't stand mosquitoes. I'm gonna go back in the car, closing the door so they can't get in here. Probably a bad idea. I think that's how dogs croak. So, okay, what the heck was I saying? That's what I was saying. We learned today that sometimes things look better in pictures than they do in person. I mean, technically, this car is like an 8 out of 10 when it comes to cosmetic. Like, it looks like it looks straight. But mechanically, I kind of overlooked how bad, quote unquote, mechanical damage could be. So I'm not sure what where we're gonna go from here. We're gonna do an oil pressure tester kit, or oil pressure tester kit should be here by the end of the week. So we're gonna get an oil pressure reading. If that's good, then I'm happy. I'm stoked. If it's not good, then we're gonna have to start planning. Look at that thing. It's literally trying to get inside the car. Okay. If it's not good, then it's probably going to be sent out to my mechanic, because at the moment I don't have time or space to tear apart an engine or replace an engine, because, I mean, that's worst case scenario. This thing needs an engine. But yeah. One sec. So yeah, we're gonna take it from here and see where this project goes. The one thing I do know is this car is not getting crushed. It's way too cosmetically nice. And what it feels like, it feels mechanically nice too. But it's not getting crushed. Like, in my head, whenever I think of when I'm bidding on something, which is probably not a good strategy, but when I'm bidding, I think the guy bidding against me is a dude with a tow truck that likes catalytic converters. And likes scrap metal. So every time I bid on a car, I think this car should have been going to a scrap yard. And I want to prevent that. I want to do whatever I can to make sure this car gets back on the road and into the hands of a Volvo enthusiast, because that's where these cars belong. So that's where I'm gonna end it for today. We're gonna get an update on this video in the next couple weeks, and that's it. If you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment telling me how screwed I might be. And make sure to hit the thumbs up button if you liked it. Hit the down button if you didn't like it. And make sure to share with a Volvo enthusiast. Make sure to share with someone who's not a Volvo enthusiast. I don't know. So yeah. Remember to drive safe. So I know I already recorded the ending of this video, but that same night, the tools that I needed to test the oil pressure in this car came in early. So I couldn't get myself to go to sleep that night, knowing that I had all the tools to test the oil pressure. So the next couple of videos, you'll see me testing the oil pressure, and you'll see the results and I guess the destiny of this car. But if anybody else is in this situation and needs to do an oil pressure test on their 240, well, at least a B23. I know the fittings are a little bit different on the B21 and the B23, I think, if I remember correctly. But I'll show you the fittings that you need and the specific socket that you need to take off the oil pressure sensor. So doing a oil pressure test on a B230, you're going to need this fitting right here, the number 7, the M14 by 1.5. That is the fitting that actually, or that's the exact thread pitch of the oil sensor. So just make sure you get that fitting, hook it up to the sensor, hook it up to your, hook it up, just do that. And then the other tool that you really need, because you can't fit a wrench or an adjustable wrench inside the space where the sensor is, you need a deep 24-inch socket. It's the only real way to get this thing off. But yeah, just grab those two things and you will be good to go to test your oil pressure. So now you guys can, I guess, enjoy the rest of the video and see what this guy's fate is. So we got the oil pressure tester kit. We're going to see how much oil pressure this thing gets. Yeah, let's see if we have a dead motor. Okie doke, let's try this. I'm kind of nervous. I'm extremely nervous. PSI does not look bad. We'll see what once it warms up, see if it drops. Because it didn't start flickering yesterday until I started giving it revs, so we're not safe yet. Pretty dang steady at 60. Okay, so I think we're in the clear. What's funny is, so yesterday I wanted to test if the oil pressure gauge on the dash would turn off or stay on when I unplugged it. So I tested it on this car. I unplugged the oil pressure gauge and the light would stay off. Like the oil pressure light would not be on. But look at this. Oil pressure gauge is unplugged underneath the hood because obviously there's a gauge or a tester in it. And look at that. It's blinking. So that means that the wire for that gauge is grounding out somewhere, turning on this light. So I think we got lucky. I mean, what am I doing? Let me turn the lights on. I think that light is just malfunctioning. And when they diagnosed it the first time, they said, hey, oil pressure switch, let's see if we can replace that, fix the problem. They replaced it, and they never checked the oil pressure. I guess, let's check one more time. Let's look at this gauge. 60 PSI, pretty dang steady. Maybe 59. I mean, that's not the healthiest, but it's definitely not zero. It's definitely not low enough to engage that light, which it's still flickering, even though it's unplugged. So I think we're on to something. Yes. That makes me happy. That makes me, I wasn't gonna, as you can tell, it's kind of dark out. I wasn't gonna be able to sleep well at night knowing that I had the tester and the socket to take the oil pressure gauge off. Knowing I had that, I wasn't going to be able to sleep well tonight. But now I am sleeping like a king, because I think we just got a $350 Volvo with quote-unquote mechanical damage. I think we got it scot-free. I think we're gonna be doing pretty good with this bad boy. Look at him. She's still flickering. Yeah. Light turned off. Let's see if that oil pressure is at, well, it's not sensing anything. It can't be sensing anything because the gauge, the pressure sender unit is right here. So revving it up and watching the light turn off, it can't be sensing anything other than this, and it's not plugged in. So I think we're Gucci. Oh no, my gauge is on fire. Okay, it's not on fire, it's just on the exhaust manifold, but look at that. We're still at 60. I think that, oops, I just put the hose in the fan. Okay, this is not the ideal way to work on this car, so I'm gonna turn it off and we're gonna move on.